When it comes to hiring, don't go searching for the one. Just meet your match with Indeed. If you need to hire, you need Indeed. Indeed is your matching and hiring platform with over 350 million global monthly visitors, according to Indeed data, and a matching engine that helps you find quality candidates fast. And listeners of this show will get a $75 sponsored job credit to get your jobs more visibility at Indeed.com/match. Just go to Indeed.com/match right now and support our show by saying you heard about Indeed on this podcast. Indeed.com/match. Terms and conditions apply. Need to hire? You need Indeed.
This podcast is brought to you by eHarmony, the dating app to find someone you can be yourself with. Why doesn't eHarmony allow copy and paste in first messages? Because you are unique, and your conversations should reflect that. eHarmony wants you to find someone who will get you. How are you going to know who gets you if people send you the same generic conversation starters they message everyone else? Conversations that actually help you get to know each other. Imagine that. Get who gets you on eHarmony. Sign up today.
This is In the Loop with Jack Blake, an Indy 11 podcast. We bring you an insight into the lives of professional athletes with an emphasis on the mental side of sports.
Welcome to episode 5 of In the Loop. I'm your host, Jack Blake. Today we've got 3 of my English teammates with us. We've got Callum Chapman-Page, Callum Chapman-Page, Laurence Wooton, and Macaulay King. Welcome to the podcast, lads.
Wait, is that how you pronounce your second name? Was that right?
Wooton, yeah.
Oh, no, that's better.
No.
Wooton, yeah, that's better.
Like button.
That's with a W.
Yeah, that's what I said, like.
All right, let's start off by giving the listeners a bit of a background into where you're from. So why don't you go first, Cal?
I'm from a small island called Guernsey. It's off the coast of England. 70,000 people live there. I'm partly French. That, didn't you? Yeah, straight got the numbers ready. Yeah, that's
Guernsey, off the coast of England.
Yeah.
Towards France.
Yeah, towards France.
So you're more French than English, or English than French?
Yeah, but no one speaks French there. But yeah, it's closer to France. So yeah, it's interesting.
So why do you tell people you're from Manchester?
I was born there, and then I've just lived in Guernsey basically my whole life. But
have you moved around a little bit in your childhood?
Yeah, I lived in. Is that one of the questions later on though? No. Lived in the British Virgin Islands. That was sick. The Caribbean. When I was like
fit in there.
Yeah, I did. This white complexion, sunburnt every day. But yeah, there and then Guernsey and then England.
So what took you to the Virgin Islands?
My dad and my mum. I just didn't have a choice, did I?
Yeah.
Still a little baby.
Work related?
Yeah. I think their job offered that they could work out there and they wanted to experience it as well, so off we went. Class. Yeah, it was good. The beaches were unbelievable.
Would you go there now?
Oh yeah, it was class.
Expensive place to live?
I don't think so. Back then, I think it was pretty relaxed. It was. Is it Tortola? That's where it was.
Where on the map is it?
Are you trying to catch me out here?
No.
I have no idea.
Where is it?
Yeah, I couldn't tell you either. The brain cells here.
Lars, what about you, mate? Where's your hometown?
It's a town called Uttoxeter. It's closest to Stoke-on-Trent. But I live out in the sticks, farming background. Come from a family of farmers, so not much, but hedges, walls, and fields around me.
And horses.
Yeah.
Any siblings?
One older brother.
Yeah.
Charlie. He's touring Australia at the moment with his girlfriend. They've brought a van and doing the whole hippie thing.
Oh, class.
Bit like you then.
Yeah.
You doing around Indiana?
But you've got no girlfriend.
Yeah.
Halfway there.
Yeah.
What about you, Macadinho?
Leicester. Yeah.
It's about all you want to know about Leicester.
Are you a Leicester City fan?
No,
Arsenal
Arsenal fan.
fan.
How?
Really?
I didn't even know that.
I loved Thierry Henry back in the day when they were Invincibles.
Is that allowed?
And I loved how they
Is
played.
it allowed to support a team
Why?
just because of one player?
Why?
And also, you're not from there. Isn't that the whole purpose of being from there?
Who do you support?
Guernsey.
Guernsey FC. So get into the football environment. How did you get into Leicester City Academy?
I mean, the age of, 7, 6? I was playing Sunday League, and then obviously the scouts come and watch, don't they? And then they invite you. I remember like 300-400 kids came at like that age, and then there's loads of coaches, and then they put you down at like who's good and who's not good, and then I think under-8s is like the first team for the academies, and then obviously there's like 10, 15 kids on a team at that age, 7-a-side.
Do you remember much about? I feel like when I was in the academy at Forest, it was a lot of pressure, to kind of, I guess, perform, and it was quite a ruthless environment from an early age. Do you remember that or not?
Yeah.
From your dad or the club?
Both.
Both.
Yeah.
I'd say both. Yeah.
I mean, the parents. I remember this one lad. His dad was a nightmare, going around saying my kid's the best kid on earth, blah blah blah, and just like shouting at all the other kids. This is like 7, 8 years old, and I'm like, Jesus, what's going on here?
I remember local football tournaments were mental. You used to have like parents getting in fights,
snap the legs,
the referees just walking off the pitch. I've had enough of this. I'm done. Go home.
I feel like the parents sometimes wanted it more than the kids. Not wanted it more, but like they were more like. They were like
it's
living
difficult,
through,
isn't it? Because you got at that age, at 7 or 8, you've got no idea about football, the world, or anything. So your parents are the ones guiding you, and they probably realise at the end of the tunnel, there's some big achievement if you can make it to become a professional. So they're probably like some wonga, some fame, some whatever the drive is.
Do you remember the magic spray when you were 8? Yeah. It was just water in a bottle, but you'd spray it. Oh yeah.
Leo goes down. I've got a magic bottle.
I'm coming. Oh yeah.
Do you write on the bottle?
You can do some of that now, eh?
Yeah, seriously.
What about you, Loz? What was your academy experience?
Very similar, to be honest. 7, 8, playing roaster, local club roaster. Scouted, went for trials. They kind of went through it, and then started getting pretty serious, like under 12s, I think, around there, and then up through, normal 16 scholars.
But they do the meetings, what is it, like every 6 months?
Yeah, like
the reviews.
Just sit down, parents,
yeah.
Did you get A, B, C, D? For me at
I
Forest,
think it was 1 to 5.
4 areas. There was tactical, technical, physical, and I think
What
mental.
was your physical and
was always a
aggressive?
D, mate.
Stays now,
Yeah.
Technical's 5 though.
But you must have played against, being a bit north, you'd have played against United, City, all the
played
big
against
ones.
a lot of those young players. Foden, like Sancho. There's a great video of Sancho megging me and putting it top bins like under 10s.
We'll have to get that.
He did that in training yesterday.
Yeah, so you grow up playing against all of them.
Shot lost his name dropping already.
Yeah, that's a good one, mate. Sancho.
Yeah, but
I
got megged and buried.
So obviously he's megged you and put it in the top corner, so he's decent. But
I had him in my pocket other than that. He didn't show the other 45 minutes where I was just 50-50s.
Could you tell at that age that he was going to go on to have the career, or was he just kind of mixed in with everyone else?
And what was his attitude like?
I didn't really know him like that.
No, but on the pitch, I feel like you can see if he's bothered
There's
or
always
he cares.
players.
Body language.
Yeah, there's always players that have that stigma around them. Like, you can tell coaches, and even before they touch the ball, like, if you've never seen him, they're like, oh yeah, he's class, without even seeing him or making their own mind up. And I feel like he had a lot of that hype.
Did he work hard in that, or was he just kind of like, I'm too good for this?
He was very skillful. He's not like I wouldn't say he's like a real hard-working player, but class player. Foden was class as well, but he was always tiny growing up. He was like really small but really technical.
Where was he at in the academy?
City,
yeah, from a little boy, yeah. Yeah, there's pictures of him being ball boy to the first team players and then going on to play with them.
I remember the ball boy
It's mad
days.
now, he's still
ball boy days. Ball boy days were class, mate. Free tickets to the game.
You know what? I had a ball boy story from back at Forest. We had a manager called Billy Davis. Remember Billy Davis? No. Scottish manager. Really old school. Tough cookie. And there was one game where we were chasing the game, and one of the ball boys wasn't quick enough to get the ball back in. We ended up losing the game or drawing. the next day, we were all brought into the academy building. One of the first team coaches came in, and we're all like 9-10 years of age, got no idea. We're all just like excited to meet him. Gives us a big telling off, just being like, you've got to do this, this and this. If the game's at this particular moment, like it was such an important thing for him that we were all just like...
I mean, it shows with that Mourinho clip, doesn't it? Where that kid threw the ball in and they scored off it.
We had the same at Cardiff, but like the other way around. It was during Scholars, and we'd ball boy, and it was like a Tuesday night game, like 8:30 freezing. And we were told, like, if we win it, slow it down. And one of the boys, he was a bit of a lad, like, it goes out right by, like, their bench, and the lad comes through the ball, he just, like, throws it up in the air like that. And the lad, like, pushes him, and he's got his arm.
Oh, I've seen that clip, yeah.
And then the gaffer come in the next day, he was like, lads, well done. Yeah, cheers.
Well, it is for that.
I'm laughing about, after those stories, it's making me think of Tim Trilk last year when what was the guy that was here on work experience rolled the ball in the playoff game, the training session before. You not remember? We got the playoff game, and there's some guy for work experience.
He rolled it and he got his ankle.
What game?
Yeah, it was in training.
Mate.
And he told me. Mark was raging.
You got to explain the story.
Okay, yeah.
Go on.
So we had a training session the week before the playoffs. So obviously very important week leading up. And Tim, our goalkeeper, was walking off the training pitch, and one of the interns was basically collecting balls, but he was like pinging them across the pitch. And Tim's walking across perpendicular to this ball. It's flying at him. Hits him in the ankle, rolled his ankle.
The keeper's ankle. Yeah, he stands on it, stacks it. He stacks it on the floor, and everyone's laughing. He's like, "No, my ankle!" And we're all like, Mark's like, "Get that guy gone! Get him gone!" It was so funny.
It wasn't funny at the time.
Nah.
It wasn't funny for Tim, but.
So, you were at Southampton's academy?
Yeah, so I feel like, you know, when you're younger, I don't know, maybe, I feel like I was really good when I was younger, you know? Like when you're a kid, I felt like I was much better, you know? So Southampton would do loads of camps in Guernsey, and one of the guys that I guess knew me there was like, "Oh, come over, trial at Southampton, see how it goes." I remember the first trial went really well. And then I stayed there for, I don't know how long, a decent time. And they'd fly me over for the games on the weekend, and I'd maybe train twice in the week. They'd fly me over every time.
They'd fly
me over.
The games were on a Saturday or Sunday?
Yeah. It just depended.
And you'd fly on the morning of the game?
Yeah, just fly, play, come back. It was
like,
class.
Just regular EasyJet sort of roll to the airport? Or?
Yeah, they're like these small little planes. It's like a 30-minute flight to Southampton from Guernsey. So it wasn't just me on the plane, you know. But so
that's mad. Big dog, you must have been good.
I did that for a while, and then I remember they were like, "Look, we're not going to keep
can't keep playing for these."
You're as good as what we've got, but now you're not much better. So we're not going to keep paying for these flights. So I remember I had one trial, one more game to prove myself. And I'm not joking. It was one of those freezing days, yeah. And from the kickoff, they pass it across the field. I'm sprinting. The guy kicks it straight in my nose. Broke my nose, and I'm running around with 2 tampons in my nose. I come off the field. My dad looks at me. He goes, "Yeah, you're probably not coming back." And then they called him up, and they were like, "Yeah, we're not going to keep flying him over. If he wants to come stay over here with a family, he can." And my dad said no, and then that was it really. I stayed in Guernsey, and I feel like that's when I dropped off. There was a period of 2 or 3 years.
Development just stopped.
Yeah, I kind of focused on other things, and I didn't enjoy it as much.
Did you get to play in the FA Youth Cup?
Yeah, but I was at Ilkeston then.
Oh, you were at Ilkeston.
So that's when, what was it, 16 or 18? Yeah, 16 I went over to Ilkeston. We went far. We went far.
So for any of the listeners who don't know, the FA Youth Cup is a huge competition in England for all the academies, similar to, it's like the FA Cup, like the Open Cup over here in the States, where teams from lower leagues all the way up to Premier League academies get to compete in this tournament. And from the age of 15 to 18, it's like a big showcase. Each game is
unreal.
That's the main one, isn't it? Really,
it was unreal. The experience and the fans and it was.
How far did you go?
I think we lost to Arsenal. We went.
That's fair enough.
We went pretty far. We knocked out maybe 4 teams. We obviously Ilkeston, you come in like early on.
Yeah.
But it was good. I enjoyed it.
I had 2 tough years of the FA Youth Cup. The first year.
Oh, you got 2 years of it.
Yeah, first year of the Scholars, we drew Chelsea in our first round, and we were like, and it was like Mount, Chalobah, just all of them you can imagine.
Name dropping. Who else?
We were
You could have just said Chelsea, man.
Yeah. All right, big.
No, we like the names, mate. We like the names.
No, and we were going in and we were like, oh God, as if we've drawn them. And then as the weeks went on, we're like, come on, we can do it. You know, we just got to run hard and like, we can, and we got smashed 5-0. Yeah. And then second year we got knocked out MK Dons. One of the worst centre halves. He hit an absolute screamer, like hooked volley from outside the box, right in the top right. And then we had Craig Bellamy, the coach at the time. And we come in the next day, or like 2 days later after day off, and we get the balls out. We're like, oh, we'll warm up normal. And he's like, lads, put the balls away. Put the balls away. Like, what we're doing here anyway? We just ran pitch lengths, like, and it was to get us all to like come together as a team. And it was like, if you all don't do it in this amount of time, then you do another one. So we go and go. And of course, all the keepers are knackered. They're like thrown up on the pitch and like can't move.
The keepers had to get in as
Yeah,
well.
we're like, come on, mate.
Bro, when you're younger, the keepers get involved. Yeah, when you get now, they do their own fitness. They're done, aren't they?
By the end of it, we're all like together, like, come on, lads, we could do it. And he's like, all right, like.
But you still were knocked out of the Youth Cup.
Yeah, we still out of that.
Maybe you should have done that before.
Yeah.
I remember in my second year there, actually no, it was my first year, we lost to Chelsea as well. But prior to that, played Southampton and we played Wigan. First game was against Wigan and we beat them 8-1. And our striker, Patrick Bamford.
He was your striker at the time?
Yeah, mate, we had a good use to
What's it, bro?
I was going in for name dropping.
I'm actually interested in that one because
Pat was
Pat as well.
he went to the same school as me, so we were pretty close back in the day, and he doesn't reply to any of my texts now. No,
was he good?
Yeah, he was good, but you talk about development, like he had a period of time where when he hit 15 to 17, his athletic development just went through the roof. So he was then able to like run in behind, like he was quick, he was left-footed, great finisher, could finish both feet. So what happened with him was he scored a hat-trick against Wigan. We then played Southampton, we beat him 5-1, he scored 4. We then drew Chelsea in the next round in the quarter-final. In between the Southampton game and the Chelsea game, he signed for Chelsea. And they picked him up from Forest. And yeah,
did he play the game?
No, he couldn't. Could he? He was cup tied.
No, he couldn't play. Yeah. So then we'd lost our striker and went to play Chelsea.
You got popped.
We went 3-0 up at half time.
Oh, you showed me the video.
There's no way you've lost that.
We lost 4-3.
Oh,
Chalobah, like you were saying, Chalobah. There was Lewis Baker, John Swift. They had some.
But 3-0 up.
3-0 up. 3-0 up, mate.
We not even.
You didn't need him. You didn't even need him, mate. You didn't even need him.
Yeah.
Then you went missing, didn't you?
Yeah. I went hide in the second half. But yeah, I mean the move he got was mental already. Sorted him out for life. He got a 4-year contract, earning 10 times what he was on at Forest. Yeah.
That just shows you, mate. That age, like 2 games, mate, and then that's it.
I feel like in the States it's like not really heard of, but like I feel like our gaffer does it, and then in England, if you do well or you score, like you will like progress or play. I feel like compared to over here, I feel like it's way more.
You can have your best season, mate, and
structured.
You stay where you are. Over it.
Yeah.
Your story about they were like, we'll give you one more game. It made me think of a question like, what's the biggest game? When you go on trial or something like that, the most pressure you've felt growing up to like, I need to play well here, or I'm not going to get signed.
I mean, the Youth Cup is pretty intense, isn't it? Because that like all the first team players are watching.
Or even like after you get let go from Leicester.
I played.
No, but I feel like when you let go, you go the opposite way of like you're like it kind of.
It goes evil. It can go.
You go down a bit, like it hurts for a little while, rather than that's your next big game. When you get let go.
I had one when I was I'd left Forest and moved over to the States to come on trial, and I'd stay with my grandparents in Arizona, and I would literally just brought my boots with me, and I was like, right, I'm just going to contact some clubs and I'm going to just see what I can get over in the States. I didn't have anything back in England, and I want to try something different. So I landed ended up going up to Minnesota on trial, and to your question, they had a training game put on, and I was told by the agent that helped me get there that they're gonna basically decide on what they want to do with you after this training game. And you know what training games are like. Like, not everyone's trying 100%. Some lads are in different situations, and so it was a pretty much starting 11 versus second team.
I don't know, those could go either way.
Yeah. So at first I'm like, oof, I'm in the second team. Like, it could give me a good opportunity to either show, or we could just get battered. Thankfully, it was the classic second team always wins, and earn the contract. But going into it, it was like, this is literally, I've come 5,000 miles to get a contract, and this is the moment, and I've got to perform.
That's what I would say as well. So when I finished college, because being an international over here is obviously hard. So when you finish college, you're like, all right, like, what's your next step? You've got to find a team. Obviously, there's teams that are interested, but coming from like D2 and stuff, it's hard to sign straight away to a contract that's also decent. So I remember I got invited to pre-season at Tampa. And Tampa's obviously one of the best setups, so like that was cool. Not pre-season, it was like the bit just before pre-season from Tampa. So it was like 4 days there. So I went in with another lad, and we did like 11s and trained and stuff. And they were all people from over the country that Neil wanted to see. And I remember the first day, like playing the 11s, I thought, oh yeah, like I've done all right here, like decent. I'm walking in the next day. He goes, yeah, Cal, just come here. Gave me a bib. He's like, yeah, just be the lino. Oh, mate, let's be in the lino. And then I was like, yeah, this ain't for me. So after that, I left. And then Miami were like, oh, come do pre-season with us. We've seen you. And then, like, I was like, I got to get something, like this is going to be hard. So I went in for pre-season with Miami. There were some good players. Like Dylan was there. Mahrez was there, Ariel Martinez, bro, he's filthy. On the ball, he's filthy. I think he's one of the best players I've ever seen, like, dribble through people. It was unbelievable.
So how long was your trial at Miami? How long did they give you?
I think I had the pre-season, but after the first week, they gave me a contract. And then, like, they had USL centre-backs on, like, good money. That year, they paid, like, a lot of money because they'd just come out of the NASL. So they were all on those contracts. Yeah. So I was like, all right, I've just got to prove my worth. And then after like the first maybe 2 games, I played the whole time, and Paul Dalglish kind of kick-started the career here, and grateful for it. I'm glad that I had like an English coach. Yeah. That I think that was really helped me.
I think that helps over here.
Yeah. So that was the biggest like period of needing to like do something when you actually finally need to start earning a wage.
Because all three of you did the college route as well, which is crazy. How did that come about? Laurence, how did your college opportunity come from someone being? Were you released at Cardiff?
Yeah, they let me go after I did a year's pro there, and then after that they let me go. So I was kind of looking around, not like trying to get clubs, trying to get the foot in the door somewhere in England. It wasn't really working, and like COVID was coming. I was training at TNS, Welsh Prem side at the time, and then got in touch with Vertex, Sam Craven and Josh Baker and all of that, and they know all the coaches in the college system. So I put like my name through that, and they like told the coaches about me, and then they rang me, and I was like, on the phone to American coaches, and they explained like, oh, we want you, this is what we can offer, college campus, degree, football for like 4 years, blah, blah, blah. I was like, yeah, it sounds class. Do a bit of Googling, Google images and stuff, and you're like, yeah, I'll go there. Yeah.
It's a big step though.
Do you have a computer on the farm?
Gotta get hold of it.
He's got a landline phone, isn't he? Not wireless, he's got a landline.
What about you at Leicester, mate? How did you get over?
You know what was actually really hard for me, because I was there from 8 to 18, so I was there for 10 years, and I thought it was the end of the world. Boyhood club, and I actually was probably one of the best players there, and then I had a bad injury, and then you know what it's like when you have a bad injury and you're out for like 10 months at that age. Everyone's going this way, and like I'm just stuck where I was. Yeah, and went on a bit of a bender, to be fair. Struggled a lot.
Yeah.
Mentally, yeah. Remember, went on holiday to Tenerife. Yeah, I was probably drunk every day.
So you thought maybe like at that point at 18, it's like, because it happens to all lads that get released. It's like your dreams get shattered, and it's you've not really experienced anything else. So it's
you're
like,
doing
what do you do
full
from
time.
there? Yeah.
You get paid a little bit of money, and you know you're good enough. But then like there's loads of kids that are good enough but don't make it as well. So
I feel like people don't realise there actually is so, like, when we're playing other teams in USL, like winning is tough because there are so many like good players around, like everywhere.
I mean, one of the best players I played with, 18, 19, unbelievable. They bought him from Luton for about $1 million, and mate, he was just different class, and just the work ethic and that, and he's technically, and then just dropped out the game, 2-3 year pro, and then just dropped out the game. But I mean, that's the way it is, isn't it?
So how did the college come about after the Tenerife trip?
Someone desperate. Take me.
No, there was actually a lad that I played with at Leicester. He was a year older than me. Came over to the States, got in contact with him, and then he put me in contact with like a pass for soccer sort of thing.
Yeah.
I remember I did this showcase game in Birmingham or London, don't remember what it was. And there was like loads of college coaches from America came over. I'm going there thinking, it's going to be like academy lads. Mate, get there. There's probably 200 kids. Played 3 games of 11s, mate. Some kids I played with, mate. Never kicked a ball in my life.
You look probably easy to spot though, because your hair was gone, wasn't it?
Not 18, mate. Give me a chance, mate. Obviously college back home, like the standards just not like college and high school over here, and I'm like, man, this is brutal.
Oh, so it was like university kids back then.
Back home. And a few academy kids.
Yeah.
Anyway, these college coaches come after, and like there's names on the wall, like who wants to speak to you, mate. Every college coach wants to speak to me. I'm like, oh jeez, there for 4 hours.
And you pick young arrows.
Well, that's why you're there. So anyway, all these schools, mate, and didn't know who they were, and they're like, oh yeah, we'll give you 5,000, 10,000. I was like, mate, I'm not paying to come to college.
Yeah.
Like that's like, I'm too good to be paying to come to school. End of story.
How much difference do you think football boots make as a professional footballer? How much does wearing a Nike boot as opposed to an Adidas boot? How much does that make a difference?
It don't really matter because you've just had it run.
He had that law. Let's get some running shoes for that boy.
At least I can lace them up. I'm not in the injury.
Hey. I don't know how like people play in those plastic, like how they're so plastic now. I miss the leather.
I think it is up to the person. I know people who wear like feather boots that they're really quick, and then other people wear I like heavier leather boots with a bit of meat on them. But I struggle with like when you have a nice pair of boots, you're like, you wear them all the time, and then you always have a backup pair which are just manky and old, and then your new ones break and you have to wear those and then feel different, and you're like, it can throw you off a bit.
Throw those things off.
Yeah, mine are off already. might throw them back on. Yeah.
What your new Nike ones like? They're nice, them.
Yeah, I've worn the Phantoms for a couple of years now. Yeah, I like them a lot. At Monarchs, we used to get free Adidas boots sponsored through the MLS. Yeah. So I was wearing the Adidas Predators and stuff, and then there was because the Predator style changed. Yeah. And I didn't like it.
Was it the ones with all the
little dots on it?
Yeah.
And it was like too much. Like it for the first time, it was like, oh, these boots. Sometimes the marketing is like, oh, this bit makes you have a bit more accuracy on the pass. Well, these dots.
Nothing can sort it out.
There's something about the dots that was just too much for me. Yeah. And my touch was too good.
I feel like
So no one activated.
I feel like they're going back towards like older style of boots now. Yeah.
The CTRs,
Mate, yours. How often do you walk in? How often do you walk in the gym and his boots underneath the dumbbell getting glued? When are you going to get rid of that?
That's killing me. But like they come out with the new version of CTRs, which are great. Like they last so much longer, but they come out with the crap yellow version. Like why? Why? They're selling the carbon blue ones for 2,500.
What?
Yeah.
That's disgusting.
Yeah, that's what they go
for.
What's your favourite training drill? So when you go out Monday morning, you've finished, you've had a day off the next day, the day before, come out to the training pitch. What's your thing that you like to be seeing set up?
This up, mate. I put boots on all year, mate.
I love a little like passing drill. I'm not really bothered about what that looks like, but then possession, small sided. That's like a yeah. Small sided. That's like a perfect day.
You told us something about Neil Warnock, didn't you?
Yeah, when I was at Cardiff, he was the gaffer, and we were in the reserve, so we train. Sometimes you'd get called in to be a mannequin for the first teams, like every now and then. And we were doing this one drill. I think they had the weekend off or something, and they just he'd put the goals like 18 on to 18 yards, and you get a partner, and like everyone, like a 30-man squad was in the box, and you and your partner had to score a goal, and then you're through to the next round. And they just have like
lads in the box.
Yeah, mate.
All the centre backs winning the ball.
Yeah, I'm like 5'4".
Protocols now.
I'm 5'4", like 6'8" monsters, and like Warnock loves a big centre half, doesn't he?
Was Warnock whipping them in?
I can't remember. I think it was like
So the gaffer would be whipping him in. Yeah.
And you just like brutal. You just like knock it, win headers.
This reminded me. I was telling him this story the other day, but when we were at Miami, Pulis would do a drill where we had 11 defending the box and 11 in the box attacking, and then another team around the box just pinging balls in to score. We conceded a lot, so I think he was emphasising like the defending.
I tell you what, what's your least favourite drill? Like when you see it set up, I hate.
So am I just like?
I'll go. Yeah.
I know.
That's your least favourite. Sorry, I jumped the gun. I jumped the gun.
I finish the story.
I got cut. Yeah, sorry.
Go on. I thought you were done with it.
Yeah, I was bored.
So anyway,
Pulis, and then we were like,
Cal's best mate. So then, anyway, this one, we're attacking, and the defending team gets the ball, and they take it to the corner and start wasting time. So in my head, I'm raging. I'm like, you're ruining the drill. You know how people like ruin the drill just to win it. So anyway, it's our time to defend. And the first ball comes in, I chest it down, I start running to the corner, and Pulis like, Cal, don't do it, clear it. Cal, don't do it, clear it. I keep going. But I hold the ball in the corner like this. Luca Antonelli, who played for Italy, comes, mate. He can't move, but unbelievable player. He does me. He just like chips it through my legs, starts running towards the goal. Pulis like, Cal! Comes on the field. They pass it back, score. He's like, Cal! Bro, the whole team screaming. Pulis is like on his knees. Like, what have you done? Mate, my head was just down. Sorry, Cal. Yeah, that was brutal. But go on, Lars, what was your question?
No, like the perfect. I was going to say like the perfect drill. What's like a drill that you see it set up? You're like,
I didn't like we used to do it in pre-season back at Forest, and it was brutal. It was the massive possession, and they had like gates. To score a goal, you have to
on the inside of the pitch.
On the inside.
Oh yeah,
so it was like 60 by 60 yard pitch.
Yeah,
I feel like
you're basically man for man.
You do that when you're young, though. I don't feel like you do
but
it when
was a fitness thing at Forest.
Yeah,
and like every time we saw it, it was like you just knew you were going to be blowing at the end.
Yeah,
you know, we do a drill here. You know the one where we ping it to the striker, set back, and you guys.
I like that one.
That's
quite good.
That's you guys like that because you're attacking, but like defending, we're just not.
Yeah, but that's your job. You're a defender.
I'm with you. But like,
you know what you should do?
We want to get better on the ball as well. Get like playing.
To be fair,
you should win it and take it to the corner.
No, but like, it's kind of not boring for us. It lasts about 5 seconds and then like we're off. It's just not as fun.
Finishing is where it's fun though.
Yeah. There's some.
And then when the defenders better than the attacker. It's class.
I hate
I like those games.
I love a small-sided, but I hate a small-sided with loads of people on the outside.
Oh, that's the worst.
What, with the bumpers?
Yeah.
Because then it changes
like
it
1v1
completely,
and then he passes it away. I'm like, you cheat. You're cheap. Yeah.
Yeah, that's a pet.
Yeah.
Pet peeve. You just beat me to it. Next question.
You've got his phone down here. Look
Yeah. So, my pet peeve in football, you don't do it, thankfully, is when a defender is running back to goal and he's on my team and he's been played in behind and he can do like a setback for the keeper to kick it, or he just kicks it out of play. But if he kicks it out of play and he doesn't set the keeper, especially when he's got 10 yards of space behind him.
I'm with you.
Like, I know it's slightly
It's just
more risk,
composure,
but
innit?
you can see the throw in there.
composure.
You get Rory Delap and it's a goal.
Yeah, it's composure, isn't it?
No,
I like
That's
that.
my pet peeve.
I like that. We know
What's yours?
For me, mine is being late. Lateness.
Why are you laughing? You're laughing because you were an hour late the other day.
Cal likes to be late.
To be fair, my pet peeve would probably be in training when like the ball goes, you're playing possession or something, the ball goes out and then people like play on. Oh, it drives me insane.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Like,
That's a good
You
one.
can't say anything.
Yeah, and then they go, USL refs! Why do we have to do it in training?
That's not an excuse. Yeah.
That kills me, that.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Kills me.
I've seen a fair few lads get into it with a manager before and then never seen again after that.
Yeah.
On a small-sided pitch.
What, because they said...
Yeah, like teams I've been on before, like lads have got into it because they've had a go at the referee decision, and then next minute they're out of the team and they've been traded.
My worst one.
Yeah.
No.
He played at Orlando and he played like proper league games. Great player and like great coach. And in training, we were doing possession in Miami. It's brutally hot and the ball keeps going out. And he's like, play on, rolling it in. And we're just spinning, defending for 10 minutes. I start screaming, like, Lou, like, something. Like, come on, help us out, but in a worse way.
Yeah.
And he came on the field and he was like, don't speak to me like that. And I'm like, yeah, you're right. Like, it was my...
Oh, so that happened to you?
Yeah, it happened to me. He was right.
Yeah.
But just like, you're in the heat.
The heat of the moment, you can't, like, your life literally depends on winning this small-sided game. Like, if a ball's out of play,
it kills
it's
me.
like... Yeah.
Like, it was my fault, but like, it just killed me inside. It was funny.
We had that in, like, our college training was like that, but there would be no decision made. Like, it'd go out and we'd be like, that's our ball. And usually,
goes quiet.
and even if it's the wrong decision, like, I'm like, it's just whatever, it's a wrong decision, but you get back in. But it was like, it'd be like, all right, what happened? It's like, you just make a decision. And then everything's like, gets out of hand.
Sometimes the coaches leave it and then the players start getting mad.
Yeah, but that's what I mean. That's why, like,
You need a decisive decision.
Yeah.
And then that's when like the tackles start flying about as well.
Yeah.
Right, we're gonna finish with a game, lads. So each of you. So it's called Find the Lie game. So about each person, I'm gonna give 3 statements or facts of things that have happened or this person has done, and you're gonna tell me if it was a lie or the truth. So you're gonna find the lie. So there's gonna be 3 statements. Cal, I'm going to do you first. So, Laurence and Macca.
We've got to find Cal's lie.
3 things. Find Cal's lie. He scored a goal at the Stretford end at Old Trafford. Cal has been red carded for an altercation with the opposition physio.
That's true.
At
That
age
is probably
12,
true, yeah.
At age 12, he sang opera.
You sang opera.
Find the lie. 2 of those statements are true.
I think it's
I feel like Guernsey is the type of place where they do opera.
done every sport possible.
Yeah.
All like the fancy rich sports.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Opera's a fancy rich.
Yeah.
Do you want to hear it?
Go
Would you do it before or after your flight, your opera lessons?
Once my balls drop.
Then you got your sister to do it.
What was the first one again?
So, I'll read them again. Cal has scored a goal at the Stretford end at Old Trafford.
I think he has.
He was once red carded for an altercation with an opposition physio.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
At age 12,
that's the only
he
one.
sang opera.
It's between the first and last.
So which one is a lie?
It's got to be the opera. He would have said it.
I feel like he didn't score at the Stretford end.
He would have told us.
I've never heard him. No, he wouldn't own up to the Opera one in general. But if he'd have scored at the Stretford end, he would have definitely said it before.
So
he would have told the gaffer for sure.
Yeah. I think it's at Stretford end.
I'm going for Opera.
Rock paper scissors.
Rock paper scissors shoot.
Stretford end.
Mate, good.
Yes!
Good from you, bro. That's a good one.
The lie is he was red carded for an altercation
What?
with a video. I knew you'd bite on
That's
that
a
one.
good
I
one.
knew it.
You
So you sang opera?
Yeah. Hold on.
Oh, no.
Come on.
He wants to talk about the goal at the street.
No, opera.
No, we were in school and like they gave me the main part and I'm on stage singing opera in front of everyone.
Was you decent?
My eyes were closed.
Were you decent?
My dad must have been cringing.
My son.
Say
the rest
was
of
I
that.
decent? I didn't get a career out of it.
That's probably the only thing you haven't been sent off for, though.
I know. Well, hold on a minute.
You got sent off when you played us.
That's the only red
He's only had
card.
one professional red card.
No, you haven't. You got sent off when you played us against El Paso, mate.
That's the only red card I've ever had.
Oh.
Yeah.
That's unbelievable.
I know.
That is unbelievable.
Yeah.
And it was for a similar thing.
Yeah.
Just not against the physio.
It was 2 yellows.
Was it 2 yellows?
2 yellows. Yeah.
It was stupid, though.
Oh, it was ridiculous. I don't even want to talk about it.
No, we can't
Let's
talk
move on.
about it. Yeah.
Laurencinho. Here we go. 3 facts.
One of them's definitely to do with the farm.
Oh, and the horse.
Yeah.
Laurence can play the piano to a grade 4 level.
Is that
Laurence-
primary school? Like,
Laurence is allergic to horses.
we know that.
Laurence at college had a part-time job and he was a librarian assistant.
The first one to lie.
No, he can play piano. I know that because he's told me. He's good at piano.
Okay, then the second one
And
was
you
what?
should know
I'll
why
read
he
him
told me
again.
that he's good at piano.
Laurence can play the piano to a grade 4 level. Laurence is Laurence is allergic to horses.
No, but he said that. He said something about horses.
Yeah, no, that's true.
Yeah.
And Laurence at college had a part-time job as a librarian
Yeah,
assistant.
we're going with that one.
Yeah.
Correct.
Well done. Well done, opera.
Don't stop talking.
Hold on. What about these two in the music?
Yeah, I was going to say, what's your musical background?
Should we start a band?
The piano's a good one.
I can play the triangle.
Grade 4 as well. Is that decent?
Yeah, it's like halfway. It's not that good. But I gave up. I stopped
you got questions
I stopped
here?
doing grades when I was 15.
Yes, people want to hear about you.
You got no lies or no talent. That's fine.
All right, here we go. Okay, Macca. His first collegiate goal was chipping the keeper from the halfway line. At age 16, he had to choose between football or cricket. Macca was once isolated at the US border and interrogated for forgetting his visa.
The first one's false.
The chipping.
Yeah.
Yeah. It could be though.
I have got that tech.
And he's a dope and he would forget
Says a
his
lot that you
visa.
said that quick. You don't think he's got that in the locker? I do.
No.
You've not seen some of the goals I've scored?
Yeah,
I'll read him again.
That's it.
The second one's true.
Was chipping the keeper from the halfway line. Macca at age 16 had to choose between professional football or cricket. Macca was once isolated at the US border and interrogated for forgetting his visa.
You say the second one's true, but...
No, he loves cricket.
Yeah, he does, but why would he have to choose it? Like,
You know, like, because 16 you either go scholars
and
and then...
Leicester, though.
Yeah, from scholar. 16 you have to go and then they make you come in every day. Like, you can't...
So what we're going last...
Lads, I'm going have a, test match, sorry, can't come in.
Yeah, so boring, by the way.
We do last one.
The interrogation.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, come on.
Which one's false?
Interrogation. Yeah.
First one, lads.
Yeah.
Oh, wait, why did you say the last? You guys convinced me not. Straight away, I knew it.
Yeah.
What happened at the border?
What, good cop, bad cop?
No, so...
Squat and cuff?
You know what's funny? I played PDL before I came to college. So I had a PDL summer season before my freshman year at college.
What's PDL?
Like the summer league,
Oh, right, yeah.
sort of, whatnot. And anyway, got all the documents for college. and whatnot you need. I've got every document you could think of in this big pamphlet.
Except the main one.
Except the only one you need.
Yeah.
So anyway,
The I-20.
I don't know what it was. They put me in this like ice, like it was literally like, you know, like the rooms where it's like the frosted glass.
One-way mirror, yeah. Two-way mirror
sat
even.
in there for 4 hours. And then there were obviously like, you know, people that have obviously forgot stuff.
Did you ask for your phone
call? They weren't letting in and like getting rid of.
Did you phone?
I want to call my lawyer.
Did you have hair at that time?
Yeah.
That's why I lost it all. It was 4 hours of stress.
Where's yours gone? And anyway, they let me sort it out. They asked me all these questions: where you going, you know, college, all that, blah blah blah. And they said like, if you don't have the document back in 30 days, you'll have to be deported from the country. So obviously the school had to sort all that out within 30 days.
You have to get sent over.
America a favour, but
It's horrible, isn't it?
So I made sure I never forgot it ever since. But I did forget my passport on one away trip.
I put my passport. I put my passport through the wash once when I got home. Left it in the back trousers, and it ripped all the visa page out. And I had to go back to the embassy and do it all again.
Do the whole. That's a nightmare. The embassy is brutal.
Yeah.
You're chilling with your green card then?
yeah, that's nice.
Mr. Miami.
How did you get your green card?
The club sponsored it. Ba-bam! I was ready, baby.
I've thoroughly enjoyed this, lads. Thanks for coming on the podcast. I hope you listeners and watchers have enjoyed it too. Have you guys enjoyed it?
I enjoyed it.
Second time we've done it, yeah.
I enjoyed it.
Yeah, we'll see you on the next episode.
We won't.
This is In the Loop with Jack Blake, an Indy 11 podcast. Be sure to like and follow this podcast and check out other great podcasts on the All Indiana Podcast Network. To watch the video of this podcast, subscribe to the Indy 11 YouTube channel.